In this video, we'll talk about targeting. For targeting, you have three different options. You have currency and country, audience, and page, and you can do any and all three of these. For currency and country, you can either choose which currency, so for example, US dollars. This is usually less relevant in a content test and usually more relevant if we're testing prices, or you can choose what country. Currency and country are tested using cookies. So make sure if you're choosing one of these, you have currency and country cookies set up on your site, and you can read more about that. Audience targeting is targeting users. So with this, we can target users based on UTM parameters, device type, for example, desktop or mobile, or new versus return. So this is pretty common to do something like if the UTM source contains FB underscore, then you can do one of these actions. And the actions are assigned to a specific test group. So you can say, put them in a specific experience. You could assign them randomly. You could exclude them from the test or do not assign. The difference between exclude is that exclusions are permanent and they will never be able to come back into this test, whereas do not assign means they're not yet assigned, but if in the future they meet one of the conditions that work, they can be now assigned into a specific group. So I'll save that for FB. I'm going to assign to a specific group, this one, and you can also choose whether or not this specific set of visitors get excluded from the analytics or not. And then you have these conditions, and if these conditions are not met, then you have to decide, do you not assign them, or do you assign them randomly, etc. So typically here, you would use do not assign if none of these conditions are met. If you have specific assignment conditions, also a very typical choice here is assign randomly. So that's audience targeting. Audience targeting uses cookies, so that way anytime someone is assigned based on these conditions, they are in that group or with that assignment for the duration of this test. And that is something that is tied to the browser and to that user. Page targeting allows you to run this experiment on specific pages. So if you want this to run on a product page, or if you want this to run on a specific collection page or a specific landing page, so you can set up those conditions. They can be based on URLs. They can also be based on JavaScript expressions for more advanced targeting like page, product tags, etc. So those are all the different targeting conditions, and you can read more about them in our docs.